Hey there, everybody.
Hey.
Beat you to it.
You can't.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Then.
Go ahead. You have your moment.
No, please, go ahead.
Have your moment. Go on.
No, it's ruined.
No. Go on.
You know what? I'm actually very flattered. I feel like I'm now a trendsetter. You know?
Well, that's what
I don't know how to go in that direction.
It's okay. You can say it. You're just mocking me. You're not laughing with me. You're laughing at me.
You know you won't be able to operate properly without getting it out.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome into this edition of Extra Time. Gab Marcotti, Ale Moreno, Shaka Hislop. And really, I'm just making time to find questions.
Okay.
Oh, he has the day off, but he's managed to send in a tweet.
Okay. Oh, what is this?
Or whatever we call it now that it's not Twitter. Dan Thomas says, is Gab going to the Chelsea Legends game tomorrow? Can he throw things at Frank?
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually invited along to the game. It's a good cause against Bayern Munich. It is less than a mile from my house. Now that I know I've got a purpose to go, and I wouldn't normally go watch a friendly like that, I might just go just to throw things at Frank. I'll need suggestions of what to throw at Frank, though.
Quick question,
guys.
Quick question. Is Craig Burley not a Chelsea legend? I mean, why?
He's not quite welcome back.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Oh, okay.
No, he's not welcome back.
Because if we...
He's not welcome anywhere.
Say, if we go throw things at somebody,
Right.
Craig is out
there. In your power rankings, it would be Craig,
I'm
Frank.
just suggesting that maybe...
I think Craig's got a big golf tournament.
It's a member.
Oh, member.
Yes.
What is that?
Oh,
It's a big tournament over the weekend.
Okay.
And some of the festivities started tonight, and then they go on Saturday and Sunday. However, slight problem, and I take some pleasure in this, not a lot, some pleasure in this. It's storming outside.
Are they playing Friday? Are they playing on Friday right now?
No, they play Saturday and Sunday, and it's supposed to rain. So.
Yeah, it was not looking good outside earlier. Gab, is Ancelotti's next job a poisoned gift? Brazil has been doing bad internationally, losing to 3 African sides. U23 doing poorly, and they are stuck in between 2 generations with an unknown like Neymar hanging around. Gab?
I don't think managing Brazil in a World Cup, especially if you have the honor to do so as a non-Brazilian, there's no poison in there. I mean, you get to live an incredible experience. I mean, managing Brazil, period, is an incredible experience, and doing it at a World Cup and doing it when you're not Brazilian, all of that I think is incredible. The World Cup is 3 years away. Let's see where Brazil are in 3 years. Let's see in 3 years what Vinicius looks like, what Rodrigo looks like, what Endrick looks like, and and then see where we are then. I wouldn't read too much into it. Like, he's in there because he loves continuing to work and he wants to win a World Cup. And, if you were taking futures on it, Brazil's often a really good bet, given that they've won more World Cups than anybody else.
Next question comes from Stevie's pocket change, which he may need to get back after all that we've heard of his travel troubles. Ale, you guaranteed yesterday that Venezuela will qualify for the World Cup now that it's expanded to 48 teams. Can Shaka guarantee that Trinidad and Tobago will qualify for the World Cup since 3 CONCACAF teams qualify automatically? 3 teams on top of the 3 that'll be going, of course.
I want to hear more about Venezuela.
No.
Guaranteed to qualify.
Hey, don't Captain deflect.
That had me lean back in my seat.
The question is about Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, I've addressed this. I'm not at all certain that we will qualify.
You're not optimistic. You are not, Gab of Chelsea, optimistic?
Nope.
Who do you think goes? Who do you think the other 3 will be?
I'll be honest. It could be anybody.
But it won't be Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, no. We're in a bad place.
Really?
We're in a bad place.
Beat Curaçao. Beat Curaçao.
Yeah. That's not really where the bar is.
Okay.
You have countries like Costa Rica, Jamaica are well run. Costa Rica, you got Panama, you got Honduras.
El Salvador's coming along a little bit.
Who've already qualified and are currently ahead of us in the world rankings.
You're not very optimistic.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. I sense
You
that.
didn't really sell it there, Shaq.
No, I don't know. There's nothing to sell.
Yes, Gab.
For the I know you didn't ask me this, but for the avoidance of doubt, I am not, even as bullish as Ali, who guarantees Venezuela, I am not going to guarantee that Italy are going to qualify for the next World Cup either, given what we went through in the last 2 World Cup qualifying cycles, where we failed to qualify when we played really, really well, and we failed to qualify when we played really, really badly. Now Mancini's gone. We've got some great players coming through. But after what I experienced in the last 2 World Cup qualifying cycles, I'm not going to guarantee it for Italy either. And we have 4 stars on our shirt.
Now, when we say guarantees, this was more of a playful 100%.
Oh, it's just a playful 100%.
It was a playful.
This is sounding like Gab's winners and losers all over again.
That was being a little optimistic.
You mean you weren't scrolling through World Cup qualifying futures looking for Venezuela's odds?
I'm just saying that last night's game didn't fill me with a whole lot of confidence.
Of course.
But at least Sebi can guarantee us that USA and Mexico are qualified.
Yep, I will guarantee that right now.
Yes. At least we got
Guarantee that right now.
Yeah.
Certainly for 2026. Just 4 games in and we already have high-profile, controversial referee decisions. Instead of being coaches or TV sports presenters, why don't retired players join the Referee Association and give their input in real time? This can make football better. Shaka, you kind of did that, right, with IFAB? I mean, you didn't become a referee, but you
No, I didn't become a referee.
lent your expertise.
Well, I tried to as best I could, Sebastian. Listen, players aren't going to become referees simply because I don't think it's well enough paid to convince players. And also, players kind of through their careers have a little bit of a distrust, if not dislike, of referees. So,
Who do you think knows rules better, refs or players?
refs?
Really? Sorry, knows laws better.
Refs.
Yeah.
Good question. We, as players, we think we do. Take a lot for granted.
Have you ever been wrong?
Huh?
Have you ever been wrong?
In life?
No, like on a field where you thought the law was one thing and the ref explained it to you, said no.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But I wouldn't admit it.
Not
In
now.
life, in life, when I'm wrong, I don't admit it. So I just kind of keep it in with how I do things.
Brandon has a question for Gab. What's more likely, Juve making top 4 or Manchester United making top 4?
Ooh. It's a really good question. Talk about horrendous transfer windows. Juve had one as well as I see it, although there's a reason for that. I think it's more likely that Juve make... I think it's more likely that United make... Nah. It's a really good question. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm going to say Juve...
Did Gab have United in his top 4 predictions?
He did. He did.
Yes. But I also had Juve in my top 4.
They were in the worst transfers, too. They were also in the list of worst transfers.
Well, because Juve's summer window, the answer would be not applicable. So, yeah, I'm going to say, no disrespect to Tim Weah before you jump all over me there, Sebi. I'm going to say United have less of a chance of making top 4 than Juve do, simply because I think there's more competition. I mean, I generally don't know how good Villa and Newcastle and Chelsea and Spurs are going to be. I think Liverpool are going to be better. But out of those 4, the possibilities that, or it may throw Brighton in there too, the possibility that 2 of those 4 are going to be better than United are pretty high. Whereas I think in Serie A, Lazio notwithstanding, I think it's really a case of Juve staving off Atalanta and possibly Roma, who were off to a really poor start.
For Ale and Shaka, which club that you played for, I love this one, had the worst food?
Worst food?
Wow. What kind of meals do you get at a club? Breakfast and lunch? Just lunch? Do you get breakfast?
Well, see, I played a long time ago. So, you know, it wasn't...
Teams fed you, right?
Huh?
They fed you, right?
Later on, well, I started with Reading. No.
No, nothing.
No. Well, that was lower league as well.
Right.
Small club, lower league. They wouldn't put the budget on. Newcastle did. That was just lunch. West Ham did. Portsmouth, no. And then went back to West Ham. So yeah. So it really comes down to 2 clubs. And probably Newcastle would actually, no, tell it. Portsmouth, we got fed lunch at Portsmouth as well. I'm going to go Portsmouth the worst.
Worst lunch.
Yeah.
What was like an item on the menu that you just?
No, it was just.
You just dreaded.
It was typical cafeteria food that you would get at a university or something. And this is for all three. I thought West Ham's was the best. Portsmouth was the worst.
Well, I don't know how they are now, but the food for players, it was pretty repetitive anywhere that you went. Bland chicken, pasta.
Yep.
Maybe rice. I mean, you'd be happy. It's like, oh, hey, we got salmon today. Hey.
Was Chivas USA particularly bad? Because that's what I would assume.
Look, in the early days of MLS, we didn't get breakfast, we did not get lunch, and we probably got lunch was on the day before the game because we would have to watch video ahead of whatever game we were playing on the weekend. So we would get lunch for that particular specific situation. And I can tell you that as a younger player with the LA Galaxy, because the salaries were not what they are now, I was at one point what they call a developmental player, and living in LA on a developmental player salary was not ideal. So what we would do, the young players that were in that sort of situation, is like we would have lunch, watch the video, and then kind of hang around and see until everybody was done with lunch, and then we would take the trays. We would take the trays back with us at home, and that would be dinner as well. Look, it's limited resources force you to make decisions to somehow stretch the dollar as much as you possibly could, and using the lunch provided by the team on a weekly basis to provide you dinner for that night was very much in play.
I will add though, at West Ham later we got a chef called Tim Death who he knew how to cook.
Yeah.
And he knew I like my food a little spicy, so he would make sure we had options on the menu, good options.
But now it has changed. Like the training facility.
Yeah, no, you get all.
Training facility has like an actual, like a kitchen and a cafeteria area where players just sit down and have food, and they have breakfast and they have lunch, and there are energy drinks and all this recovery shakes and all that was not present all the time back in the day.
Next question for Seb or Gab. Any chance Gab makes an appearance on Futbol Americas to discuss Pulisic's impact? I would vote for that today.
Not just from Hercules Gomez.
Not just Pulisic, but Yunus Musa, all those guys. Gab, what do you think? Can we get it on the books?
You know my agent.
Well, that wasn't very exciting.
What he's trying to say is Gab's not cheap.
Yeah.
No.
You can get him on, but he's not cheap.
He's optimistic about some things, but not that.
Not an appearance on Futbol Americas. We'll put it down to the time difference. Natum's interior decorator. For all, who will get to the Premier League first? Wrexham, Reading, or Portsmouth? Shaka? Gab, what do you think? Let's let Gab take this first.
Well, I don't really follow the lower leagues much, but I happen to know the owner of Reading, one of them, and they don't have any money whatsoever. Wrexham, that's a long, long way away. Portsmouth, I genuinely have no idea. I'm imagining that Portsmouth are in a bad place because they've generally been in a very bad pace for the last 10, 15 years. So, I mean, throw it over. Two of those are Shaka's former club. So I'll chuck it over to him.
Yeah, Shaka?
Portsmouth has been one ownership mess after the next. Some of it not the making of the owners, just set up in the club that, you know, some of the history to that they've kind of had to deal with and have struggled with. And Reading, I visited Reading last summer. Incredible setup, training ground. Everything about Reading, the infrastructure about that club says it's ready to make a move. But between bad spending and, again, previous owners and transfer embargoes, it's a club that just seems in a little bit of a spiral. I'm not quite sure how to get itself out of it. So with those two things being the case, at least Wrexham is trending upwards. So right now, I'm leaning Wrexham, and my former Reading teammate, Phil Parkinson, is the Wrexham manager.
Oh, he was your former teammate. I didn't know that. We met him in San Diego when they played Manchester United.
Yeah, Phil Parkinson and I joined Reading at the same time. Lived next door to each other when we lived in Reading. So yeah, no Parky well.
All right. For Gab, start, bench, and drop the following jerseys to wear on Gab and Jules' podcast.
Oh.
Although usually it's Jules that wears the jersey,
Jules
right?
is the jerseys
Jules
guy.
is the jersey guy. Italy 82. Sorry, let's just say. Okay, I got this. Okay.
Can you read?
I'm just confused.
It's just reading, buddy.
So the Italy 82 jersey, the Italy 90 jersey, or the Italy 06 jersey?
Ooh.
All right, so you obviously start the Italy 82 jersey. That's not even in consideration. It's a proper jersey. It's iconic. The Italy 90 jersey, I'm going to bench. There's nothing particularly wrong with it. Would have been a nice jersey, but that really does elicit some really, really, really painful memories of the semi-final and against Argentina. So, like the 2006 jersey, phenomenal World Cup. I was privileged to have witnessed all of it in person. I don't think those are very cool-looking jerseys. I don't like the crest in the middle of the chest. I don't like the number on the front. So, yeah, the obvious winner is Italy 82.
Let's rehash some of those memories of 1990 for Gab. Was it Donadoni and Serena that missed the penalties?
I don't remember any of that. No. Is
Goico still in your nightmares?
My therapist said,
Goico
don't
dies
talk
the
about
same
it.
way every time? No. Valentine Zenga making the one mistake in his entire career, Claudio Caniggia doing something that he's never done before after heading the ball backwards into the net? No. None of that. I don't remember any of this.
I asked a couple of questions. You took it over, Gab. You ran away with it.
He's going to have to get more therapy now, Gab.
And you claim I have trouble letting go of things.
Well, there you go. Example number one. Exhibit A.
Can Sebi borrow your therapist for a bit, Gab?
Norwegian Racing Fish gives us our next question. It's a yawn. It's a yawn thing. Who's the most curmudgeon / least likely to giggle? Mourinho, Conte, or Burley? You were hanging out with Craig the other day. Weren't you guys playing some golf?
Well, that's right.
Does he giggle on the golf course?
Well, he was giggling until
Golf Craig and Studio Craig are two.
Really?
Two different Craigs.
Weird I haven't been invited out to golf with him yet.
No, it's an experience.
Hey, Golf Club Craig he is the mayor.
Mr. Social.
He is the mayor. Yeah.
Yep.
He's talking to everybody. He's handing out advice on how to hit the shot. I mean, he is something. You gotta love.
I think Conte. I think Conte is the least likely to smile there.
Really?
I think Conte.
Burley said, I think yesterday or the day before, I don't even remember. He said something about he was having the giggles, giggly Craig.
Look at that.
That's something apparently nowadays. I haven't seen that, but Giggly Craig is something.
I wish Giggly Craig would show up one time when I had to host. You know, that'd be great for me on a personal level.
I haven't seen Giggly Craig.
Yeah, Giggly Craig is.
Former players often talk about disagreements they have with journalists over stories that are published in newspapers. Gab, have you ever written a story on a player or club that you were asked by the player or club to revise or take down? Love that question.
Yes. And several occasions, and I did not. And my editor backed me. And one occasion, I even said, hey, look, you guys have all these fancy lawyers on retainer. Go ahead. Make my day, or make my company's day, because of course they're the ones who would have been on the hook for it. But no, fortunately, I've never had to go and I mean, as far as I can remember, I can never had to take things down. But people have complained occasionally, but generally hasn't happened in a long time.
I always think if they're not complaining, you're not doing your job.
Oh, wow.
Feels deep.
You're not agitating a little bit.
One second, this feels like more than just football we're talking about here.
That's why Gab would be great on Futbol Americas, because he knows.
No,
he gets it.
well, that's not happening, sir.
Sam, you've got some issues, man. I don't know what's going on.
No, he does have some issues.
Wait, you're telling me I got issues? All right, steady over there.
Yeah.
Steady
That's coming from me. You're right.
All right, our final question here. Stay. I know.
Take it
easy on our guy. Take it easy. You're right.
We're happy that he's here with us.
I'm delicate.
Fragile.
From Dwayne, did you, Ale, spend a lot of time in Texas back in the day? You're a Cowboys fan, and I've noticed you use some Texas slang from time to time. Ooh, what kind of Texas slang does Ale use?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But to answer the question is, yes, I went to high school in Texas for, well, junior high for 8th grade, Park Hill Junior High.
Okay.
Let's go Raiders.
Picture's still on the wall there?
I'm sure it is. And then I went back to Venezuela to finish high school in Venezuela, but in order to get NCAA compliance and some credits that didn't transfer over, I had to do an extra year of high school here. And I did that in Dallas, Texas at, J.J. Pierce High School. Go Mustangs.
And that's why you're a Cowboys fan from that time?
Well, yes, because when that first year that I spent in Dallas, that was 8th grade, it was 93 and 94. Wow. Whereas when the Cowboys had their dynasty going on, and Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin and all of that was happening, and so you couldn't help but be a Cowboys fan. That's why I'm a Cowboys fan. Yes.
Oh, Gab doesn't like that with his Eagles ways.
Hey, can I just say, look, Ali is allowed to be a Cowboys fan. Not allowed to overcook his meat, but it's up to him. He's not because he's got ties to Texas and he's got ties to Dallas. The other people who bug me are generally the ones who support teams for which they have absolutely no connection to, no family connection, never lived there, never seen them in person. Those are the guys who generally bug me. And of course, they jump on top of the biggest, wealthiest teams. But Ali with the Cowboys, I have no problem with it. You got the Dallas connection. You're bad luck. You deal with it. It's okay.
We call them NDDs in Washington, which, of course, is where the rivals to the Cowboys are. Never been to Dallas. People who never been to Dallas but are big-time Cowboys fans. You also won an MLS Cup title in Houston. I don't want to sell you short your time in Texas.
And that we won that MLS Cup title
in Dallas.
In Dallas, or Frisco, if you will, against none other than Stevie Nicol and the New England Revolution. I'm just saying.
You are just saying.
I am just saying. Hey, Dallas Texans, my soccer team in Dallas, shout out as well.
Okay, great. Everybody getting a shout out.
Did you know, did you know that the Dallas Texans in their training facility, there is a parking spot with my name on it?
Wow.
That's what I've got. That's what I've got.
What a moment.
Now, truth be told, full disclosure, I haven't been back for a while, but the times that I've gone back and then pull into the parking lot, there's a car in my spot. Wait a minute.
That ain't no good.
You know what he needs, Shaka?
Well,
key to the city. That's when you really know you made it.
Key to the parking lot.
That's right. All right, that's all for us here in the ESPN FC studios. Thanks for watching this edition.
It's a place to park. That's all.
Of Extra Time. We will be back tomorrow for another edition of ESPN FC. Don't miss it.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.